Oh yeah, it's John the Bee Man Saunders again, just showing you how to introduce a packaged queen bee to a hive. So I'll go through the procedure with you. Put that in the dark for now. Take the lid off the hive, obviously. What I've done here is I've got this hive, single brood. It was next door on a double brood box. So all I did was I took the top part, the top brood box off the double brood box next to me, which what happened was the queen was in here, but I took the queen out and put it next door in the single brood box. So this was queenless, but it was a brood box. It had stores in it, eggs and cat brood, so they would have made queen cells. I need to destroy all the queen cells now and add the new queen to it. So here we go. Take the roof off. Don't want too much smoke. Just let the light in slowly like that. Let them get used to the light. Gently take it off. Now it's just house bees in there now. It's not overcrowded with bees. It's got 1, 2, 3 and a bit frames. So we've got to go in now to destroy the queen cells. We just look for each frame. Go for each frame. I know it's the 5th one along because I saw the other day when I looked in here they had queen cells on this one. They had some other queen cells I destroyed. I did leave them with a few queen cells. It keeps them happy till you bring the new queen. That's all pollen and stores. Right, there's no queen cells on there, but there's cat brood. Just show you that. Yeah, a nice bit of cat brood, and they've got nectar in there and pollen. Where the bees have emerged from here, they're putting nectar into the holes, into the cells, obviously because they haven't got a queen to lay up eggs. They're quite calm even though they haven't got a queen. Sometimes they run about a bit, bees, when they haven't got a queen. This is the 5th one along. There should be cells on there, and there's the cells. Got queen cells on here. We'll destroy these bits. Make sure we've got all them off. The big queen cell there, look. There's another queen cell there. We've got no more queen cells on there. And no queen cells on this side. This is where I want to put the new queen, in between this one and this frame. We've got a bit of cat brood there, and again they're filling it up with nectar where the bees have emerged. No queen cells. All the queen cells are gone now because I did check the other day, which is just a double check, that was the only frame with queen cells on. We just go gently like that. I haven't needed any smoke, but I've got the smoke just in case. No queen cells, just the ones I've destroyed. Simple as that. There we are. Bit of cat brood on there, and these two are just stores. Full up of stores that, and so's this one. Full to the brim of stores. So that's all we need. So I'm going to push all these back now. And I'm going in between this one and that one with my new queen. There we go. Get the new queen. Right, here's the new queen. We're going to leave her in her cage with the plastic tab on for a couple of days. Some people say take the attendant bees out. Some people say leave the attendants in. Here's the queen. She's upside down at the minute. There she is, upside down. They're quite small bees, and some people say take the attendants out, some people say leave them in, but I'm going to leave them in. That's what I normally do, and it's always been okay with me. And there's the tab here. Normally you take that off in 2 days and the bees will chew through. Another little trick I do is I put a little bit of fondant round there as well. There's the queen marked there, look, you can see now, nicely marked for this year. I put a little bit of I've got a little bit of stores out of here, and I've just put a little bit of stores there. It gives them a little bit of something nice and fresh too. That's fine, just like that. That's what I always do. Just a bit like that. There we go. Then we've got to hang it. Now we'll see what happens now. They'll probably attack this bee as I put it there. I use a toothpick to hold the queen in place. Show you how I do that. Just interested to see if they are going to attack it, bite it, chew it, or try to feed it. If we leave that there for a minute like that, we can see. They actually don't seem that interested in her. If they're trying to kill her, they normally all jump on and start biting away. So at the moment it looks quite good. All they're doing is licking up the little bit of syrup I put on there. Now I'm going to do it this way round, because this is the flattest piece of comb we got. And you've got air holes here and air holes around the side, so you're okay for the queen breathing. Now put that down in there like that, push that cocktail stick through that one, and then slide this frame over, pushing the cocktail stick in to the other one, and that will keep that in place. There we are. What I'm going to do is I'm going to film that. I'm going to show you a little bit. There we are. There you can see the new queen in her cage in there. Cocktail stick holding it in place so it can't move. I do tend to not squeeze it right up. I'll open it up a bit more in a couple of days so that they've got room round her. That'll be fine like that. We'll close this. In 2 days they won't make any comb in the gap. That'll be okay. Right, we leave it like that. So in 2 days time I'll be coming back and I'll be undoing the plastic clip that holds the stops the bees from chewing their way through into the queen. So now I've got this other spare frame. I'll put that in there because I need this one for a nuke that I've got. Put them off of there. Well, that's all you've got to do and come back. Put the lid on. That's introduced her. And there's the other hive that I got the brood box from. It was just, this is a single brood now, it was a double brood. I took the top brood box off, put it onto a new stand here, just replaced the queen excluder and the super. The bees are still in there with the queen, and as I say, the queen did end up in this box when I split it. I took the queen out, put it back into this box. She's in there now, laying very well because I've checked, and they're still bringing in honey. And you've got this now for the new queen that I've just introduced. So we'll come back in 2 days time. Then 2 days later, and I'm going to open up and take the tab away from the queen cage, nice and gently. I don't want to use any smoke. I don't want to upset the pheromones in here. I want you to get used to the queen. There we are. We just lift that lid up with her, very carefully like that. Just let a bit of light in, not to jerk the box lid and all the cover board, and slowly like that so they don't get shocked. Right, just go through the hive again quickly, just the same as before, looking for the cage which is on this one here. Very, very slowly, very, very gently move each frame down. You want plenty of room, really carefully. Tricky bit. We don't want to drop the cage now. Yeah. Box. There's that. There's the queen is in there, marked, still alive, look. So she's undamaged. We just bust that clip off of there like that. Plastic clip. Now with the knife, I'm just going to loosen a bit of that, loose a bit of fondant like that, just to make sure it's not too crunchy on the outside so they can get in to release her. There we are. They don't seem to be biting out or anything. They seem to be accepting her after the 2 days. so it'll take another day or so for them to chew through there. We'll get a bit of a little bit of honey off one of these frames. If you get, that's a good girl. A bit of honey like that, just to put on there. Yeah. Not too much, just a bit. I did call it fondant the other day when I said put a bit on there like that. It's because I've been suffering from an illness called Miller-Fisher syndrome, which is a bit like a stroke and you get words mixed up. So I did mean to say honey, but I called it fondant. It's fondant in there, but a little bit of honey on the edge, just to give them something fresh to get on with. So that's that after 2 days, still alive, tags off. I'm going to put this back now. This is easily, you can drop this cage if you're not careful into the bottom of the hive, so just be careful at this stage. Put in the cocktail stick through the hole, so you can see it swinging there on the cocktail stick. Push the cocktail stick into the frame, push it right up, see, like that. Push the other, push this frame like this into it. There we are, that keeps it in place. So now, see, we haven't used smoke. There's not a lot of bees in here. Well, there's a fair few, but it's not massive. Wouldn't put it in a full colony. But they are quite gentle. See how gentle you have to be with bees, and then you're okay. No smoke. Sometimes we need smoke to get them off from round the edge here if you're putting a second box on. You don't want to squash bees. You put that last frame back in. We put the cover board, or crown board, whatever you want to call it, back on. Everyone's got a different name for something. Talk about names. I would like you to comment on the comments below, if you don't mind. The queen comes from Eastern European queen. I got it from Highland Court Farm, and I was wondering if you would like to comment a name for the queen, because this year I'd like to put her name on the roof. So your ideas would be great value to me. So a name for the queen, and I would appreciate that. And I'll be back in a couple of days just to check that she's got out of the cage. That's all I'm going to do, is just to make sure she's got out, then close it up. I'm not going to do any more than that. Then it'll be 2 weeks before I do a proper inspection. So just put the lid back now. That's that stage done with. Brick on. We are then 2 weeks later, and we're going to see what's happening after 2 weeks now. Lid off. A little bit of smoke. Bit of grass on top of my smoker. I want the grass on there. Stop any sparks coming out. That's it. Smoke. Can go in and see how the queen's going on now. Hopefully she's started laying, and see what's happening. It's stuck all that well. Oh, stuck. It's that sticky stuff again. Not. Just check for the queen on the lid. Make sure she's not on there. Nope, no queen on the lid. Let's just hope they haven't destroyed her, and hope she's in here laying. We'll find out now. Here's that frame I put in to cover up the gap. We've got plenty of room now to look through. gently as before, just go through. Hopefully we're going to find some eggs and larvae, whatever. It's just stores on there like it was before. It's actually liquid nectar with pollen in that one. Show the camera, liquid pollen and nectar. Liquid nectar and pollen even. Because there was pollen there might be some more pollen here, or eggs, who knows. That is that's pollen, loads of it. Let you have a look at that one. That's pollen in there, as you can see. There's a play cup there. Nothing in it. Play cup, I mean by play cup I mean small start to a queen cell. It's just a play cup where they'd lay an egg if they wanted to swarm. There we are, come through here now, see what's in this one. No, that's just nectar again. We're hoping we're going to see some eggs. Pollen in that one. I'm not going to spend too long, I want to get through quick. I want to see eggs and I want to see the queen, hopefully. Hopefully they haven't destroyed her. No, we're not seeing them. We're not seeing eggs yet. No, we're not seeing eggs. We're seeing pollen, and there's some shiny cells that they polished up, ready for someone to put eggs in. Hopefully, we're going to get something on this frame because that's in the centre of where the brood would normally be. Oh, loads of pollen, no eggs. Looks a bit disappointing so far. I can't see no eggs on there. No queen, no eggs. Move that one out of the way, it'll be there. Right, there's it, out of the way. Loads of pollen in here. This does not look promising, does it? Full of pollen. No eggs. I think it's not looking promising, this. Yep. I'm going to have another look through now, just in case I've missed her and I missed the eggs. Looking for the queen this time. If it hasn't worked, I'll have to put some eggs in here from the hive next door, and they can make their own queen cell. They've got time. All we've got to do now is get a tray of eggs from next door. There we are. I've been to the hive next door and I've got a tray of eggs. There's loads of eggs in here. The camera can pick that up. It's full of eggs, the whole frame. The queen is left in the other hive, and now they should make queen cells. Put it into the centre of the hive. Go to there, let's see where it's the cone's a bit flatter. And put that egg, all them eggs in there. Now close it up nicely. They should now make their own queen. Put that on. Get the bees out of the way. There we are. That's that then. We'll have another try. Hi everyone, thanks for watching that episode of Queen Introduction. I know it's quite a long episode this is of my video. It's taken longer than I thought, so we've had to do Queen Introduction 2. So please stay tuned, watch Queen Introduction 2 on my channel for the update on this video. Thanks for watching.